There's definitely looks like some things have been done here in the past. Tip that I use. I already put this one fastener on. Now this stand, I do like it from a couple points. It allows so much flexibility for being able to maneuver the the work area where I want it. And when it comes to putting these screws and nuts back on, really comes in handy. But let me show you a little tip. I use a small screwdriver like this, and if I was having to work inside this area, I just use this to guide the fastener back on the screw, and then you can see I can get it started with my finger, and there you go. So you can see this area coming together nicely. The antenna lead too was frayed and completely broken in half here against where it goes through the chassis, and again that area is so small we can't use a grommet, so I just elected to go ahead and replace the antenna lead that actually attaches to this side, and then the ground connection itself I believe comes back to here, and so that's the blue lead that you see, and then the black ground lead. So I'll go ahead and attach this area, this capacitor here back. Let me get that soldered in and then get these fasteners tightened up, and again we'll be done in this area. Okay, here we have everything back together. It turned out nice. I don't know what the deal was with this solder on this particular lug at some point in time. Anyway, I'm going to clean that up some, and there's no connection point there. And just for aesthetic purposes, but all this is back together now, and you can see with having this capacitor here, we're not hiding the component value. You can read this value well, and I know it's not showing up on camera, but underneath here, this one that's tucked away, that's legible now as well. So that squares up, this whole section here from the underneath side looking back to the left. So we'll start working our way back over here, and we'll probably leave this cap box here for last, and we'll start getting back in this area. And just to check my progress to make certain I hadn't made any mistakes or anything, I have to put a few resistors in here because of the tube filaments, but I may bring this thing back up. We'll see. May go ahead and go a few more caps. There's not much left here to do. A few more resistors to check. So maybe I'll just go ahead and knock it out, knowing that it played before. Hopefully I've got everything back together well. Time will tell. Okay, let's take a look at this next capacitor that I want to tackle, and it's right here. It's in a little paper box, and it appears to be too small, probably rated around, I don't know, 50 volts or less. I'll check, see if I can find anything on it, but not sure if this is showing up or not. But it's made by Solar, and the part number appears to be 5108. But I was checking, the connection point here, and I'll show it to you on the schematic where these connect. So here's the one. It goes again against the what appears to be the cathode. Here the 6F5, and then you've got a repeat of that right here for the type 43 tube. So right here, and then the other lead itself just goes to chassis ground here. So let me break this box loose, see if I can get inside of it, and to see what that looks like, if I'm able to access this container. I'll be right back. So this is pretty cool here. I was looking at this, and you can see the patent number, US patent 1710 077 or 3. So pretty neat. And there's that front piece there, Solar 5108. It's Sure would love to get inside this thing without destroying the box. Let me take a look and see if I can do so. Well, I tried to get in it here by putting just a screwdriver here, and I got all the way through, but this paper is going to rip. A lot of wax in that area. So, man, I wish I really could kind of break in there. It's hard as a rock, so maybe I'll just go ahead and pop this end open here, then just restuff it and put 2 new 5 microfarad caps back in here, just so we can keep it looking original. Tell you what, I think I'm going to cut this out. Maybe I'll fire up the capacitor tester here in just a little bit, and we'll see how leaky these are. See if I can get some idea too what the voltage ratings are on the caps. I know the radio works and the quality wasn't that bad since I got that new electrolytic caps in. So I don't know, maybe it'll test good enough I can just leave it for now. Let me do that. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and cut these out. Just get it out of the way. We'll go ahead and get these other caps replaced. I have already checked all these other resistors and they're fine. So first time ever, I think I've done a restoration on a radio from this period of time, 1933 I believe to 1935. Never had to replace a capacitor, or excuse me, a resistor. So anyway, I did notice a lot of these resistors in were 5% tolerance there with the gold band. So I reckon that just breathing extra life into these old resistor values. Anyway, let me just cut these off or desolder them here from the tube sockets, and just make a couple notes on the schematic, and then we'll go ahead and get started getting these other few paper caps out of the way. Okay, as you can see here on video, I've got this 0.01 microfarad cap placed here. And again, that's running back to the center tap of the potentiometer there for the volume control. And we'll move on now. One thing that's odd, and I've already checked this power resistor, it's good. It's wrapped around this capacitor here, and it's actually used, you know, for mounting purposes. So I'm going to leave this capacitor here. I'm not going to try to mess with any of this. And then I'll reroute a replacement cap back around on this side here for this capacitor value. So let me knock this one out next, and then we'll get this one taken care of, I believe, next, and then this last. Then we'll check the this capacitor here and just see, you know, what we get, just for giggles.